Hello, my name is Anton Poplet and I love overlanding. If you enjoy watching this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel, talk to me down below, and if you have any questions, let's try and see if we can help you out. But for now, I hope you enjoy watching this series. Hi, Anton here from 4x4outfar.com. Today I'm talking about, I'm doing a review on the Stone draw tray system. It fits into the back of Ollie or a Puma. They have them for Pumas and the TD5s and 2.8 Defenders, the previous versions to the Pumas. They are, there's a bunch of different varieties, not necessarily from Stone. I went with Stone because I like the guys, they're cool and helpful. I asked a bunch of questions and they always came back with answers, which is really, really nice. So what I was looking for in a draw tray system was convenience, reliability, stability, and functionality. I found when I got this, it was a solid top, which means the one area which I'm going to show you shortly doesn't have it was, because it was solid, you couldn't get to very easily. You would have to open or drop down the back seat in order to get to it. So if you wanted to put some stuff that you use regularly, that's not the place to do it. So it does make it convenient with what I've done, but again, this is my own personal review and my own personal experience. And it actually worked out really, really well. I had to do a few trimmings. I had to cut through two sheets of steel in order to get to in order to put the hinges on. So it's very sturdy and it's got good weight, not overkill on weight, but it's got good weight. Bear in mind, all the things and all the items that they use are obviously has to sustain heavy abuse. Not that anyone does, but you got to take into account worst case scenario. Need to get that little bad boy in the back over here, which means I have a bit of tidying up to do. And someone's phoning me. The one thing that I do see is that it's got these ribs, and this goes all the way through, and for obvious reasons. It's got it's for strength and reasons. So let me hold it properly. It obviously keeps the strength on it. What I'm going to play around with doing is installing the unit, but actually I need to check first. But I want to make this a functional area, so obviously getting something in from the bottom is a challenge, because you'll never know what's here. And what I really want to do is find a way to possibly cut these off, and then cut it off and make a lid with a hinge. But you know, I don't know. Again, I need to try it and play with it and understand what I'm dealing with. If that is the route, then I'm probably going to do that, because what happens is you put it in, and then you never really see what's going on all the way at the back over there. So you kind of just leave stuff there. And the whole reason around this is to have a functional system. So let me see if I can get this little bad boy in, and if I'm not going to kill myself doing it. So quite excited. let's see how we're going to do this. So let me just show you quickly. What I'm talking about is basically this bottom section over here. I have recarpeted the entire thing, so it does look like a solid piece, and that's what I wanted. And what I've done is I've pretty much carpeted and cut in a way that allows me to use this. So I've actually put hinges. I've put 4 hinges in with rivets, as you can see there. And the rivets go all the way through, and that was easy to do actually. Cutting it and finding the right hinges was a bit of a challenge, because like I said, you have 2 sheets of steel underneath here, so there are enough of the brackets to hold on to. And just in case I was a little bit worried, I also added on a nice thick piece of aluminium that's straight enough that I bolted through so that it can fold closed. Not that it's going to make a huge difference, and I'll tell you why. Is that with my tie downs that I've put in here next to my Engel fridge, with the tie downs I can still fit 4 crates of Emma crates, of Emma boxes in here. So that'll be obviously 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I can still tie them down with with these loops and tie downs that I have inside Oli already. And the reason it's not going to make a huge difference is that when you put an Emma crate across the lengthway, or the width, sorry, then it's going to sit on top anyway. So it's not going to basically lean on it. You can see on the end, I did have to trim a corner of the end because of the back seat. It was good. It was catching there, and that's something that I found actually happens a lot. Is that with braking and things like that, this does move slightly, so it isn't entirely tied down. Or held down. So I do, when I am doing big and long trips, I will tie down from here, from this bracket, all the way over onto over here. So I've just got the loops here. I haven't really done anything with it yet, so that's why it's all the way down there. But it seems to have worked really well. I worked out, let me just put this back actually. I worked out that we went camping about 2 weeks ago. Oh, come on. So we went camping about 2 weeks ago, and I actually worked out that I opened the back of the tray here 16 times in about a half an hour period. So I don't like to leave it open. I can leave it open, it's fine, it's not going to bomb out. But I opened it 16 times, and that took a lot of that was quite interesting to see. So that 16 times has to go between either Emma crates or something else that you're using in your system, right? And you want to make it convenient and easy. And I actually found it was very easy and convenient. What I don't have down yet is what I'm putting where in the trays. So I'll show you the trays now, and you can have a look. But I found it interesting that I was still trying to figure out like what I want there, and that was cool, and I'm still trying to get there. I haven't exactly got it down to a T, but I'm not a fan of carrying a lot. So I didn't want the higher one that you can get for Defenders. The reason is that people buy the bigger one to put more stuff. I don't want to carry more stuff. It's space, obviously sizing issues, and then weight. Weight also equates to fuel and wear and tear and certain things. So I would rather have as minimal and get maximum use out of everything that I have. And everything that I have in Ollie is perfect. I have exactly what I need, and it's a process. So I'm sure in a year from now I'm going to say, oh, but I need it, and then I'm going to start working on that. So thank you to Stone for bearing with me. I am selling bags that you're going to see in here. I do make the bags and I sell them, and I think if you go for a tray system, or a drawer system, it needs to be sturdy, it needs to be solid, and you need to, depending on your vehicle, figure out which size and what's going to work for you. So in Defenders, there's a slight change because you've got the door and the hinges at the bottom, so they kind of only limits you to a certain amount, but what you do get a lot of is the length. And I'll put the dimensions underneath in the comment section so you can see what the dimensions are. I think the length is 1.1 meters. I think I need to double check, but you'll find it down there. Let me show you now quickly what it looks like when I open the tray. Let's have a look. So as you can see, let me just move this slightly. As you can see, it actually takes quite a bit. And again, I haven't put everything where I need it. So my aerial and radio stuff and extension for the power lead for the fridge is here. My extension lead is over here for if I need extra power. Inside here I've got my pot and pan and kettle, gas burner, cups, and one or two saucers, plates. I've got my teas and coffees inside over here. Inside there is my cutlery, and then I've got a few odds and ends knives. Very nice actually, this one over here. Super strong, super sturdy. I actually, funny enough, leave the fat on my knives so that they don't rust, because obviously the fat doesn't allow it to rust. I had to sharpen in clearance. It's quite scary. So that's a good, quite a good knife actually. So I'm still trying to figure out I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want where. Because I'm not a big fan of clutter, so I'm trying to figure out exactly, I think that works. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want in the drawers. But from now you can actually watch the process of what I've done, and you can see the functionality of having that flap up. And any questions, you can bomb them down below. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this review.